Hello everyone, I'm back after a long break with the new video on SwiftUI. I know the SwiftUI has been out since a while, but today I'm gonna start my own series on how to start your career as an iOS developer using SwiftUI technologies. Whether you are new to this or experienced, I'm sure you will find a lot of tips and tricks that you can use to enhance your user experience. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's start. Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna show you how you can create a project in SwiftUI and what are the basics components of the SwiftUI such as the labels, HStack, VStack, circle, etc. So without wasting any further time, let me open the Xcode. So this is my Xcode. I'm gonna say create a new project. Then I'm gonna select iOS, but I could also select the macOS and the watchOS as when you are working with the SwiftUI, the code is universal. You can use the same code for macOS and watchOS. It means you can write a code, make it compatible with iOS, and if you want to use the same application for macOS and the watchOS, then same code would be used. So it's like a universal code which supports iOS, macOS, watchOS, and the tvOS. So that's win-win-win, and that's the main reason behind the hype of SwiftUI. So let's start. I'm gonna say my name is first SwiftUI program, and let me give you the organization identified as com.apple.talks first SwiftUI. And we have option whether you want to go with storyboard or SwiftUI. So this is the point where you need to select SwiftUI. By default, it will have the Swift language only, as you cannot have the Objective-C directly available with SwiftUI. If you want to use Objective-C, then you can use some of the bridging tactics and add that later on to the project. Then for now, we don't need any storage, so I'm gonna say none. We also don't need to include the test, so I'm gonna skip it. Okay. So here my project is created. You can see the name is SwiftUI program. Then we have the main entry point, and then we have the content view. Okay. So now structure of SwiftUI is a bit different than the Swift and Objective-C because it is a new framework introduced by the Apple, and it has similar syntax of JavaScript. So you can see here that the we have the main view as a content view. Inside that we have added the body. So body is basically like a container in which you need to add all of your UI components. So I could see that there's a VStack and it has the image. If you go to here, let me minimize, and you can see this is a runtime preview available of the code, and this is our main entry point. If I want to have multiple inner view, then I can have content view 1 2 3 4, and I could just swap the navigational index here. So for now we are gonna ignore this and we are gonna just look into the content view. So for a minute, let me just remove this and let me try to add a label so that you will have idea how it looks. So I'm gonna say label basis, then the title would be talks, an icon I don't need for now, so I'm gonna see this, and let's wait. You can see it is updating here, and it has updated. It tells me that there are some errors because I cannot have this property added. So I'm gonna just say fix. Let me add the system icon here. Or I think this is outdated, my bad. I'm gonna just write from my skill. Then it's gonna be system image, and then I would say heart. Let it render. Okay, so you can see the heart is added and also the label is there. Now let me try to add some properties. Now I understand when we used to work with Swift and the Objective-C, we used to actually write the label and then add one more line called line for updating the font. So here it's a bit simple. I just need to add the dot. Then if I want to add the font, then select, then I would say I want to use the writer font. And you see it is updated now. I also want to update some styles, so I'm gonna select the label style and then maybe I would say title only, so it will remove the image. If I can, I would say the icon only, then only icon, and there's one more property, title in the icon. So this is how you can add the label. Now as you know how you can add the labels, let's skip to that and let's see what is this guy. Who is this VStack actually? So now this is none other than your auto layout alternatives. With Swift and Objective-C, you had auto layout. With help of that, the developers used to define if they want to add the container in vertical manner or horizontal manner. So with SwiftUI, they have made it very easier and given you two options, H-stack and V-stack. So V-stack stands for vertical stand. It use whenever you want to design something vertically, and if you want to design something horizontally, you just need to use H-stack. If I can just change the edge here, you could see the update. You see the alignment is completely changed, and if I want to change it back, I could just type V. So that's the difference. And this is the preview. This code defines whether I would get preview here or not. I could just go and disable that if I want to, and then from here I'm gonna say iPhone 15 Pro Max and run. So in a couple of seconds we would have a simulator in front of us, and we will also see the same result in simulator as it was shown on the preview. The simulator is loading. Come on, come on. It's still attaching. Sometimes I wonder how strong system are you gonna need to have, because I do have iPhone, MacBook Pro, and still it takes a minute. So finally we have the simulator here, and you could see the result. I could just change it back to the H-stack, stop, and run. This time it's gonna be faster, but a similar result. So I hope I was able to give you the brief about the SwiftUI and the structure. I do understand this is a very minimal and this is not a detailed video, but do not worry, I would be creating a dedicated video on how you can actually create a registration form using all the components and then take it to the further to the networking layer. So sooner I will be back with another video, but till then, stay safe, stay happy guys. Thank you.